Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. We've got episode 3 today of Hyrox summer shredding prep. We've got a push day, mainly chest and shoulders on deck. They're two of my weak points really that I need to work on. I need to bring up the shoulders and especially kind of bring up the chest, upper chest mostly for the bodybuilding side of things. So nice push day on a Saturday. We're gonna get it in and take you through it all. So running through it real quick right now, we're gonna start things off with warm up, obviously, which we'll run you through, but then barbell bench press, 5 sets, kind of working 5 to 8 reps, some more of that strength. Moving into single arm kettlebell press, which is one of my favorite shoulder movements. 3 sets there, 12 reps. Then into a cable chest press, which is something new I've added in and really like. 3 sets, 12 reps. Then tricep push downs, 3 sets, 15, 12, 10 for reps. Standing chest fly, 3 by 15, and then lateral shoulder raises, kind of 10 to 20 reps-ish. So we're gonna jump into it and bring you along. Alright guys, warm up done, feeling good. The one thing I want to reference, going back to the warm up, is that you need to start thinking about it, or I should say, a good way to start thinking about your warm up is what's going to make you move better in your workout. And what I mean by that is kind of like joint by joint, how does your body move? It's like, you can look back at my warm up, and the way I started it was really with kind of like T-spine, rib cage motion, moving into then scapular motion, depression, and then kind of like that flexion extension of the shoulder. And then we moved into more of the rotation of the actual shoulder with that internal rotation. And we finished it then with more kind of like pressing stability type stuff. Bottoms up kettlebell press, super underrated exercise, and a great one to add in before a push day to really get that like pressing stability, all those kind of like stabilizer rotator cuff muscles going. I promise if you try that exercise, just one set, 6 to 8 reps, light, medium weight, going into normal pressing then will feel so much better. But kind of stacking your workout that way, kind of joint by joint, kind of more with the spine, working out bench, rotator cuff, shoulder blade into the actual shoulder. Warm up feels amazing. So first exercise we got barbell bench press. We're on 5 sets. I'm gonna try and build up to 2, maybe 3 working sets. Something I've been adding it back in. I've been doing dumbbell press for a long time. We're adding the barbell press back in because it's a good exercise. 1, yes, but 2, ego-wise, I kind of want to get better at benching and be able to do 225 for reps consistently. So that's mainly why we're adding it in, is to get more practice and just try and build it back up. So we're gonna start 135 and then we'll try and build up to about 195, 205-ish for sets of 5-ish, hopefully. bench press done. Not feeling great today. Just feeling super heavy. Really except until that last set. It kind of felt good, but that's why you got to do stuff that you suck at is do better. So that's done. We're gonna move into more of the like hypertrophy, bodybuilding stuff, if you will. Working on getting a really good pump. So kettlebell shoulder press is up next. One of my favorite exercises for shoulders, as I said. The main reason being that as we press, we're going to be loading the back side of our arm here, which is going to pull our arm into external rotation, which is what we want to press out of. With dumbbells and just how dumbbells are loaded, you can kind of rotate either ways because the weight's on both sides. But like I said, with the weight being on the back of our arm here, as we press, it's pulling my arm backwards, which is pulling externally rotating the shoulder, which is what we want. Good pressing position. Also, I really like the bell shape and how it sits directly over the shoulder. You'll find, if you try it out, that a 30-pound kettlebell is going to feel so much heavier than a 30-pound dumbbell. So to me, it's kind of showing your true shoulder strength. That's what I like to think, kind of word it as. But 3 sets of 12 here. We're gonna go heavier than this. We're gonna work by 35, 40 pounds. So let's do it. So we got cable press next. I would like to do this, or would prefer to do this one on a plate load machine, but we do not have like a upright seated plate load machine. We just have a flat and an incline. So we're using cables, which is not the worst thing, just with the tension curve of cables being obviously like it's constant tension. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I prefer the plate load machine. Just feels a little bit better. The cables don't get in your way as you press, but if you set it up like this, we've got the upright bench down here. Cables set a little bit lower, so we're gonna be kind of pressing incline a little bit. Really want to focus on getting a good stretch here and then a good contraction. We're going to keep the weight a little bit lighter and really just focus on the movement and the contraction. Cable presses done. Was felt actually really good today. It was a nice pump. Moving in, push downs. We're gonna actually use, I usually do these single arm, just kind of grabbing the cable. We're gonna try today using this. These are some new prime attachments right here. And so we're gonna give these a try. I was just kind of playing around, grabbing it like this, and it actually feels really nice for single arm push down. We're gonna give this a try. We're going 3 sets, 15 reps, keeping the weight relatively light. So push downs, amazing with this attachment. That's a new go-to. We've got cable flies up next. We're gonna go standing. I've got cable flies twice a week. This push day, I do them standing with like a slight incline. On the upper body day, I do them with the like pec deck machine seated. We've got 3 sets, 15 reps here, and these are what we kind of use to burn it out and to finish off the chest for today. So last thing, we're going to try and push the weight as much as we can. So when we're doing chest flies, the most important thing with these is going to be that stretch portion of it. Whether you're standing, seated, bench, whatever, the stretch is going to be the most important. That's where we're going to get the most out of it. Because if we're going through these, we're only working kind of like this range here. We're not really working the muscle. We're keeping tension on it, but tension just isn't really the only thing we want. We want stretch. We want to cause some damage to those actual muscle fibers so they can obviously repair, be bigger, and whatnot. So getting that full stretch, that full ROM, even if it means dropping the weight and going later, that's what we want to go for. And then as we work that ROM, that range of motion, and get stronger in that full range, then we start increasing the weight. So always get the stretch ROM first, and then add your weight on top of that. Chest flies, killer. I actually really love the standing ones, maybe a little more than the seated ones for some reason. Those are killer. Feeling the pump. We're gonna top things off right now with shoulders. So we're gonna go, there's a few different ways I usually do lateral raises. Dumbbells or cables. If I'm doing dumbbells, occasionally I'll do a triple drop set and do multiple sets of that. So I usually would do like 10 reps at 25, 15 at 20, 20 reps at 15, and kind of go back to back, like 3 sets right there, working down in weight, and repeat that in 3 times. Today, we're just gonna go traditional drop set. So we're gonna pick up some 25s, go max reps, rack them, 20s, max reps, rack them, 15s. We're for sure gonna go 3 sets, maybe 4, depending on how we're doing with reps, fatigue, all that stuff. So we're gonna finish things off strong right here. It's a wrap for the workout. It was a good one. It's a good, best workout I've had probably past few days. Didn't start out great with bench press. Was feeling really weak, but then as we got going, started feeling better. And I finished off with, well, leg raises were killer. For some reason, my abs are super sore. I just did the first few reps, could feel it. Must be, I'm guessing, from the running I've been doing, but we're gonna finish it off today. A little bit of posing, just to have kind of that before and after. This is the first, so early in prep, and one of the first upper body workouts I've done. So we're gonna capture posing a a little bit right now with the ugly posing that I have right now, and hopefully however many weeks it is from now, we are much better posing and much better conditioning. So we got a little bit of body fat to lose. Abs are coming through, obviously, and we don't look too bad. And the one thing that I gotta keep in mind with this show is that it's not men's physique, it's their fitness division, which has kind of been messing with my head a little bit. And I know it's going to be judged similarly to men's physique, but I hope that it's not quite as like drastic, I guess, of like a V-taper they're looking for, because like we're not quite there. Abs are good. Obliques need a little more. But we've got a little bit of work to do, and from the back, we've got a little bit of work to do to kind of get a little bit more lifts, and obviously clean up the posing, because the posing is not looking very pretty right now, but we're trying to, I want to do this more, like I said, functionally, athletically, just because it is the fit division, so it's more of like the athlete look. And so we're gonna get there by obviously training more as an athlete, logging the miles, and really putting the Hyrox race prep first, and sprinkling in a little bit of bodybuilding work to kind of craft and like shape the physique. But most of what we should end up with should come from the Hyrox prep. And so as we pick up the miles, body fat's going to drop, abs are going to start coming through a little bit more. And then if we can really start to just dial in the little pieces, mostly the back, we should be in a pretty good spot. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you stuck around this long, drop comments, questions below. Let me know what workout you'd like to see next. Thank you again for watching. Make sure subscribe, like, all the YouTube stuff, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.